Hi everyone. So we are going to be creating our plans today for our diaries. Last week we started by thinking really carefully about our character. This is my version, so I've got my likes, my dislikes, my talents, my hobbies, and what the problem in my animal's life is. So we're going to use this to help us, so the work you did last week will help us do today's work. And mine's called Cora the Cat, is what I've gone with. We're going to use this sheet as well, which you can find on the English activity sheet, to help us really understand how we are going to be writing when we come round to writing, hopefully tomorrow. But remember, sometimes our plans can take a little bit longer, they can take more time, so don't worry if it does take you a little bit more time, okay? So we'll just go through this sheet together and then we'll start, and then I'll start planning mine. So, it is a recount. A diary is a recount, so that means a retelling of something that's already happened. So we're going to start off with an introduction, and this is the planning format that we'll be using today. Okay, we're going to start off with an introduction, and it's going to tell us who it's about, what happened, just a brief idea, maybe a little inkling of what's going to happen later on, when it happened and where it happened. The structure, so like I said, we'll start with our introduction, then we're going to retell some events that happened starting from the beginning. So we'll be working in time order, chronological order today, okay? We'll give some personal ideas. A diary is really personal. It's where you put your secrets, okay? So we have lots of opportunities today to put our animals' own personal ideas and secrets in it. And then it does need a closing statement. If you think back to the waggle, which you can also see on the English activity sheet, it ends with all's well that ends well. Okay, so you might want a saying like that for your diary as well. We need to make sure that we're writing in the past tense. Past tense, okay, you know it, we've spent lots of time doing it, so you need to make sure you're getting that correct within your work as well. We're going to include names of people, places and things, so we're going to think really carefully about our capital letters when we're writing names. We're also going to make sure we're varying those nouns and pronouns, which is what the skills that we were learning for this unit. We're going to write in the first person. We're going to have some time connectives explaining what happened and when it happened. These are adverbs, so you could use these, and you can use the other adverbs that we've been looking at as well. I will also add on an additional sheet for the adverbs that we've looked at before. We will include action verbs as well, telling people what happened. We might have a quote from another character, maybe. He said this, she said that. And that would include a more personal idea about our character as well, or another character, of what they think of them. And it's got to be interesting. I want it to be really interesting. We all need a laugh at the moment, don't we? And reading somebody else's diary is always going to be funny. So, I'd like it interesting, please. Our plan today. Who's mine about? So I'm going to look at my sheet that I created last week. Who's it about? It is about Cora the cat. So you can copy this onto a piece of paper. You don't need to, so you copy this format here straight onto a piece of paper, into your book, onto any piece of paper you like. We're just getting our ideas down today. So mine's about Cora the cat. I'm only using different colours because it might show up a little bit better on the video. Okay, where's it happening? So, I didn't put that on our ideas for here, but we know it's a pet. She lives in a house, so I think she lives in a little terrace house. I might want to put up here as well who else is going to be involved. She's going to have owners, isn't she? So owners. If you think previously we'd looked at not a killer cat, a cat killer. It's a killer cat, isn't it? And that included other characters, and we had those quotes there, didn't we? So my owner is going to be. Let's go with Mason. Okay. When is it happening? It's happening throughout the day, really. But it starts off. It's going to start off in the morning, isn't it? And then we're going to work through the day. That will be the same for everyone. You'll be writing it at the end of the day, because remember, you are the character. But you're going to start telling the story of your day from the morning. Now, what happened? Remember, we want it to be interesting. I want to have a giggle getting to read these. So, what happened? Well, I should probably have a look at the problem in my life for my character. There was a dog next door keeps growling through the fence. And as my character is a cat, we don't like that at all. So, I'm just going to briefly mention here what happens. So I need to say about this, there's a demon dog next door. And I'm just going to write demon, because again, I always like that alliteration. Demon dog. And I'll just write neighbour, as that's a tricky word to spell, and I like to show off what spellings I know. So, my demon dog neighbour. The next thing we need to do, we're going to use this. This is a line through time, nice timeline, and we're going to be including what happens throughout the day. Just notes, just ideas, and building up on that. So, my day started thinking about my character. Started off quite well. My character really likes sleeping next to the boiler, so it's quite warm. So maybe I woke up next to the boiler, nice and snugly. Woke up. Ooh, can I get an adverb in there? Maybe woke up happily, maybe? Happily. I'm just going to write next to boiler. Then, can't see my line now, it's gone through my P. So then maybe we have breakfast with my owner. So I want to include my owner in my story, don't I? Obviously my owner Mason would have made my breakfast. Mason. Can't squeeze it in like that, how silly. Hang on. Gonna have to rub it out. There we go. Mason made breakfast. And then I think my problem is going to have to begin, isn't it? So my problem after breakfast, I'm going to stroll into the garden. Growling begins. There we go. In garden. Now, as you can see, I've run out of space already, but I've got quite a narrow board and massive writing. You're going to try and do it landscape on your page and squeeze it all on one page, but if you need to go on to another, then that's absolutely fine. I would say, because we always want to try and aim to write in paragraphs, and these are just my notes, each time the time changes, try and start a new paragraph. Okay, so as the time changes, new paragraph. So I've gone from in the morning, waking up and having breakfast with Mason. Then the time and place changes. Remember those PG tips? Time and place changes. I'm in the garden and the growling begins. So that's my new paragraph. Good luck with your plan. I can't squeeze any more in, but I bet you will be able to on paper. I'm really looking forward to seeing these. Let me know if you have any problems. If you get stuck, just send me an email and I'll do what I can to help. Take care. Bye, Year 3.